Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. So, this is going to be an abbreviated video as best as I can. I just made a video for over on Locals, which is, if you haven't heard in the last few days, it's our free speech platform that we are now on. It's not my website, but it is a website that's partnered with Rumble to be both a place where you can just see daily videos and then also a membership area. So you can get on there and it's free to sign up and free to be part of our community so that you can see our daily videos like the ones that I'm posting here on YouTube and on Rumble. But then you can also pay an extra fee, and very small fee, to watch extra videos that we produce. My wife just did a great article yesterday on natural dental stuff, how to regenerate your teeth and all that kind of stuff. We're posting other kinds of news throughout the day, and so there's a lot going on there. Anyway, so I made a video for Locals, and I tend to copy and put the same video over on Patreon because they're still Patreon members, and if they're slowly migrating over to Locals. Well, the problem with Patreon is it's not a free speech platform. They're not quite as strict as here on YouTube, but they're certainly not a free speech platform, and there have been several people that have been kicked off of Patreon, had videos removed, that sort of thing. Well, today it happened to me. So I uploaded the same video that I uploaded on Locals. With Patreon, you can't upload the video directly to Patreon. You have to upload it to a video hosting service and then to Patreon. So I uploaded it through YouTube, and I set it as private so that I can move it over and link it to Patreon, and they would not allow me to do it. Now, I didn't get any kind of strike against the channel, but they just blocked it. It was too risque, I guess. So that video is over on Locals. I am trying to kind of edit the video, the title of it, and see if I can make it stick on Patreon, but it may not. But anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit about what I talked about that. Okay, I have to keep it really censored because I kind of that's what I do on Locals. I don't censor myself at all. But what I was talking about is how we are getting into the area of where there's kind of this perfect little setup of things that could all kind of start to happen at once, and lead us down the path of all of this great reset stuff that we've been talking about and hearing about for a long time. We've got the financial problems happening. That's eventually the increased debt, the money supply issues, collapsing banks, all of that kind of stuff. A new global currency being developed by BRICS. They're having their meeting right now as we speak, and they've basically said, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're going to try to create a new global currency. And they even claim that there are European countries that have indicated that they want to join BRICS. So there's that going on. There's the potential for global war, which is growing constantly. In fact, the Pentagon chief said that it's almost on a knife's edge, that at any moment these things between the United States and China could very rapidly turn into some type of war. And then, of course, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine and our funding of it, and then all the other smaller wars going on, between Iran and the Taliban, and Iran and Israel, and all these other things that are going on, conflicts, Kosovo and Serbia. And then on top of that, we have the talk, and this is where I have to be careful because this is where they'll get me here on the tubes. We have a lot of talk starting to resurface about and where maybe other things that are similar to that are being created around the world and being and made stronger and more powerful. Russia just recently released some documents that they discovered at some places in Ukraine that we fund that create those things. All that's happening. We have the very important and on the kind of the precipice of the age of intelligence, artificial intelligence, the age of transhumanism, how it's all starting to come together. And while the bringing together of all this and kind of the, how to put it better, the explosion, the storm of all these things colliding and pushing us into this new era of the Great Reset, of global domination, New World Order, all that kind of stuff. It's probably not years away. It could be. It could be years away. It's probably not when you start to look at the timelines and you look at the things that they are setting up. It's most likely months, maybe a few months, maybe multiple months, and probably not more than a couple of years that we're seeing all this stuff converge. And I think the news media and the social media are doing a pretty good job of keeping everyone focused on this one, and then focused on this one, and then shifting focus to this, and then shifting focus to this, and then of course focusing on things that don't matter, like Joe Biden falling and DeSantis and Trump fighting amongst themselves, and all of these things that are happening. And of course this month is Pride Month, and we have to celebrate all of these degenerate activities that are being forced upon children. It's all kinds of stuff happening. And in the end, it's all distracting us, I think, from the inevitable, which is the merger of all of these different things happening at once. That's basically what I talked about over on Locals, but much more depth and detail. And if you're interested in that, I would encourage you to go over and sign up to watch that video, because it's not a place over here for me to be talking like that. The amount of censorship and control that is happening here on YouTube is just becoming more and more. There's a fly going around in here. It won't leave me alone. It loves this microphone. But the amount of control that is happening in the mainstream big tech companies is absolutely mind-boggling. And as long as we continue to support platforms like YouTube, it will only continue. That's why we need to be shifting our support. I understand it may be inconvenient. I understand it may not be as smooth of an experience, or there may not be as much on there, but in the end, it's all about where you're putting your support, where you're putting your dollars, because your viewership, while it may be somewhat free, it is your dollars. You're supporting the advertisers that advertise on there. So if you want to watch the more in-depth video that I have made, then I would encourage you to go over to Locals and watch it there. But the point is, folks, is that we are watching a merger of all of these different, very dramatic and serious things all come together, and the outcome in the end is going to be what they've all talked about and planned for: a new world order, a reset of the world that we live in. And that reset is going to benefit the ones that are in charge. They're directing the plane crash. It's crashing. That plane's going to crash whether you want it or not. But they are directing the crash to a location and to a time and to a place that they can then turn around and rebuild and offer you the solution. This Hegelian dialect, this the motto of the Freemasons, it's, order out of chaos, is exactly what they're doing. They're creating the chaos so that they can offer us the solution. And I just want to encourage you to be aware of that, because there are things happening right now that are leading us down that path. And the new and all of this other stuff, it's real, it's happening, and it probably will be here before you know it. Folks, right now's the time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves for the things that are coming, the things that are changing. And if you want to get a more in-depth, uncensored, free speech opinion of myself and the others that I will have on the channel, then probably go over to Locals. The link is down in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.